Yo, what's going on, YouTube's Father Dark, and I'm here bright and early in the morning. Got that caffeine in me, and I'm about to go on a rant. So just go ahead and buckle in and get ready for it. But I just want to talk about off the grid. So I just want to preface this by saying that this is not me like blaming like the developers or anything like that. I can only imagine. I've never developed a video game myself, and I can only imagine like how much goes into it. I saw an interview the other day with another creator where he did a Discord call with one of the developers, and they were talking, and I heard specifically that he said I think they have like it was somewhere around like the mid 300s as far as people they have their developers on the game and stuff like that. And I can only imagine, like as a developer, what it is that you have to deal with developing the game, all the different forms of bugs and things that there can possibly be that could be wrong in a game. So I'm not gonna sit here and like make this a personal thing like against developers and oh my god, fix your game and yada yada yada. The game isn't even like we're playing like what, like a pre-alpha or something like that. So I can only imagine all the different, bugs that people are having. I mean, I've encountered probably 200 different bugs myself with the game. And with that being said, I've really enjoyed playing the game. And I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt that they're going to, like, work out a lot of the different kinks and stuff like that and issues that they're having with the game. But this rant is more just kind of like about the overall, like, cheating epidemic that's going on in games, like to a point to where it's just like, what are we doing here, right? Like as a society, what makes you want to like log into a game and cheat? You're not the people, like most of the people that do this stuff, they're not actually gaining anything from it. Like we're to a point now where there's this whole culture of so many people just kind of like see certain gameplay clips and they already assume that people are cheating, right? And a lot of times what it is because let me just say this, right? So like there's three different types of cheating, right? You have a level one cheater where like they're using walls or soft aim or something like that. And maybe they're playing the game organically sometimes, but then when they feel like they're in like an impossible situation or they're up against somebody who's better than them, they kind of quickly turn on the hacks and then they kind of get themselves out of that situation, turn them off, go back to playing normally. That's like a level one, right? Where it's kind of like you really have to like analyze the gameplay and go back through and watch the VODs and stuff like that to really even, decipher if they're actually cheating or not. Then you have like a level two cheater, right? Where, they're hacking most of the time, but they're still kind of doing it like a little subtly. Like they're actually finding people, they're making the engagements look somewhat organic. And then you have like the level three just rage hacker, the guy who's just he's spinning around in circles and he's just shooting people that are like miles away from him, right? And it's like through walls, all types of stuff. There's literally zero finesse or anything that's added to it to make it look like it's even remotely organic, right? And it's people like that, and I wonder like, what is your end game, right? Because like anything in life, there has to be some type of something that you're trying to accomplish, right? Like an end game, an end goal that you're trying to accomplish. And if you just load into a game and you're just rage hacking, what exactly do you accomplish from that? What are you trying to, you're not going to be able to upload that as content. I mean, what kind of content are you going to get from that? You're going to gain a bunch of followers from just rage hacking? Do you expect like some financial monetary gain? You're not going to be able to like get into a tournament or anything like that. So I don't really understand what the point of it is. But nonetheless, so I got this footage up and I'm recording the audio like separately. I'm not really watching it, so I'm just gonna put this over so you'll just kind of have to like see it for yourself. But I was on the other night. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and maybe that's my fault, right? Because I already know that those are kind of like the prime time hours that people will get on and hack. And maybe it was like me like having like a level of naivety to where I assumed that because the game had just came out that that there wasn't really going to be any hackers yet, right? Like people would give it some type of time, and I don't know what type of time I imagined in my head that it would be before people would start hacking in the game. But I didn't expect that I was going to see the level of hacking that I saw. Now, the footage that I recorded, I wasn't recording because I didn't plan on doing anything crazy. I was just late night getting on. It's like 1-2 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't sleep, so I said, you know what, I'm going to play however many games off the grid, and then I'll jump off, get some rest before I got to take the kids to school. And I jump out of the plane, and it was one of those situations where I knew immediately something was weird, right? And I don't I'm like, I also want to say too, like, I'm not the kind of person where I easily call somebody a hacker. Like, you have to really do something just completely out of the way to make me go, let me spectate this person and see what's going on. 9 times out of 10, and it's a heavy on the 9 out of the 10, I assume that when I lose an engagement, that it was just me. I'll go back and I'll watch, maybe if I was recording, whatever, I'll clip it and I'll say, what could I have done in that situation to not lose, right? Like, I really don't just, I can't, like, I will literally not play with people a lot of times. If you start accusing every single person of hacking, it gets on my nerves, right? It's like, bro, just admit that you lost and take that L, right? But this situation was really weird because I jumped out the second that it became an option to jump out of the plane, right? So I jump out and I'm not even out of the plane. I'm falling at full speed. I'm not the kind of person that just hovers in the sky and hangs out and stuff up there to get shot out of the sky. COD player, I'm used to jumping out with a purpose. I know exactly where I'm jumping. I head straight down, full speed, right? The second I jumped out, it wasn't even 2 seconds that I'm out of the plane, I immediately get shot out of the sky. And I'm like, yo, am I tweaking? Is it just late at night? Like, what's going on, right? So I go to spectate the person that killed me, and you can just see the feed. Like, if you're looking at the feed right now, you can see how this person has the starting pistol, and it's just elimination after elimination after elimination. Like, there's no time. It looks like a high profile streamer's chat, the way it's going so fast you can barely even read it, right? And this is all with the starting pistol. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching one of the teammates, because it wasn't the main one. It was, the spectating is kind of weird in this mode. So it took me to like one of the guys on the team. And I see this guy just running around, just beaming people. Like, you can't even see the people that he's shooting at. He's shooting people that are nowhere near him through walls and stuff. And he's not even aiming. He's just kind of like, I wouldn't even say he's running. He's like speed walking and just shooting people in every single angle, right? And then I switch over to his teammate. His teammate's going crazy. This man is just running around. And like I said, I missed the first part of it, right? Because I wasn't recording. So I missed the part where I get shot out of the plane. But, I mean, you don't need that from just looking at the footage here. Like, you can see this dude is just rage hacking. And, I mean, this game has been out, like a week and a half or something like that? It has not been out that long. And we're already running into, like, Modern Warfare 2019 level of hacking, right? I mean, you remember, like, the clips where people would just be, like, taking a Car 98 and just spinning around in circles and just beaming people the second that they were, like, redeploying or something like that? Like, they were so small you couldn't even see them, and they're just boop, 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 just taking them out, right? And, like I said, right, I understand that the developers have like a lot on their plates, as far as, especially when they're not like some mega corporation, right? And they don't have a billion people working under them, as far as like developers and stuff like that. But my thing is we're in the year 2024. You know what I mean? It's almost 2025. A couple of years ago, Facebook created an AI that was able to create another AI, and they had a conversation with each other that to this day we still have not deciphered and figured out what they were talking about. But we already know what they were talking about, some Skynet level Terminator type stuff, right? And if we have AI that has that kind of capability, we have AI that can in real time create videos and movies just based off of like a couple of a text prompt and stuff like that you give it. We have AI that can do pretty much anything you can think of. Elon Musk has AI robots and taxi cabs and all types of stuff. And you're telling me we don't have a basic, simple algorithm that can detect and go, hey, this one guy is running around with the starting pistol. He's not even taking the time to pick up anything else in the game because he doesn't need it. He's literally just flying around. And while he's flying, he's wiping out whole entire teams while he's in midair, that he literally cannot, the render distance is not even picking these people up. We don't have a simple AI that's going, hey, this guy's getting 33 eliminations every game and is winning the game before the second circle even ends. I mean, just look at this. We're still, I'm sure at this point in the video, we would still be in like the second circle or something like that, right? And it's just insane to me. I mean, what are we doing here? And I don't like going too far into like the fringe with like conspiracy theories and stuff like that, but it just kind of makes you wonder, I mean, I've dealt with hacking for so long now. It really didn't seem like it became a serious thing with hacking for me in regards to seeing it as much until Modern Warfare and like cross-platform and stuff, right? Like I used to, every once in a blue moon on console, you'd come across a guy and he had like jailbroken his console or something and he was hacking. But that was like super, super rare, right? But then as soon as cross-platform became a thing, it just instantly became this thing where it was like, yo, you're seeing hacking going crazy. And then it got to a point to where it just kind of became like a popular kind of thing to point to, where people would say, oh, well, this guy eliminated me, he must be hacking, right? Because nobody can be better than me. And that aspect is irritating, right? Because it creates this level of paranoia to where people will start kind of pointing the finger at anything and going, well, he must be hacking, right? But then there's the obvious hackers that are just running around rage hacking in a game. And how that can be a thing and how it can't be detected. And they just act like it's this, oh, well, we're working on it. We got Ricochet. I mean, the one dude in the first video, I don't know if you guys saw, his name was literally Ricochet on Modern Warfare or, M3 Warzone or whatever it was, right? But he's like blatantly doing it in their faces. And what's crazy is that, as you can see in the video, it wasn't even probably 3 matches later, I ran into one of the guys on the team again. I guess maybe like the other 2 guys got off or something or whatever, or maybe they're using their secondary accounts. I don't know. But one of the guys, the You Can't Stop Me guy, that we should be spectating now. Like I said, I'm recording the audio separately, so you have to forgive me, right? I didn't feel like lining the audio up with the video and all that kind of nonsense. I just kind of wanted to rant. But you can see this guy's in the match. Now, the teammates in this one, they came on and they're like, yo, we're going to go hunt this guy down. What do you mean you're going to hunt him down? He's a rage hacking. He's running around with a starting pistol, beaming people through walls. The last time I checked, the starting pistol doesn't go through walls. So clearly he has some type of hack that made his bullets just be super bullets or something, right? Like, what do you mean? Like, and I waited to see what these guys' plan was, and what do you know? The second that he came across us, boom, we're just all completely wiped out within like a second. Literally 0 time to react. And when you spectate him, he's not even anywhere near us. Like, there has to be a better way here. I mean, people are like, yo, well, yeah, they could do it, but it'd be really invasive to my PC. Who cares if it's invasive to your PC? Make this thing at the kernel level or whatever. If there's something, even more invasive than that, make it as invasive as possible. I don't care. If it was up to me, it'd be a federal crime to be hacking, because I just don't understand. I feel like you should have to do some time for that. You know what I'm saying? Like you're taking someone's property, which is the game, and you're manipulating it for what benefit? I don't know. Whether it's financial, whether it's just because you just feel like doing that, whatever. I don't care. It's a Tuesday to you. It does not matter. The point of the matter is that if I was to do that under any other pretense or whatever, it would be considered a crime. So I don't understand why, like with gaming, there's this exception where it's like, well, we just kind of have to deal with the hackers, and it's a free-to-play game. We already understand that when it's when something's not free-to-play and you get banned in it, like let's take Black Ops 4, for example, with like Blackout or something, right? The game wasn't free to play. Neither was Blackout. You had to own the game. So like if you got banned on that, there was actually a consequence to it, right? Like you had to actually physically go and buy the game again. That was the only way you're gonna be able to play again. Whereas with like things like Warzone and Off the Grid, Fortnite, anything else that's like this free to play thing, Apex, and people are cheating, if you ban them, they just simply make a new account and start all over again. They don't care. And like that's what really gets me with Activision. They'll sit back and they'll say, oh well, we banned 50,000 accounts this week. Who cares? That's 50,000 new accounts that are gonna start. They're going to be level 50 and have all their stuff unlocked. I mean, really, they could just unlock all the stuff instantly, but they'll be back to wherever they were in just a day or two, if even that long. So what are you really doing here to remedy the situation? And then it seems like, they just shadow ban a lot of people that are just really good at the game, but then you have people that are actually cheating and hacking in the game, and nothing seems to come of that. And I don't understand, Like I said, I don't want to blame developers, but at the same time, though, in the same breath, what are we doing? You can create AIs for all this other stuff. So much other stuff is like relevant to you, right? But the main thing should be people hacking in the game. You know it's a thing. You know that it's like this cat and mouse where you'll create something that picks up on the fact that they're hacking, and they're just gonna. Here's a very simple solution. If someone is doing stuff that is outside the capabilities of natural human response time and things that can naturally be done by a human being, here's a crazy idea. Maybe stop it. Right? Like maybe we just create something that detects what a normal human being or not even a normal, but like even like the top members can do of that gaming community, that specific gaming community, and say, okay, the best player that we got can maybe get 28, 30 eliminations a game. Well, this dude's consistently getting 33, 35, and he's not ever taking any L's. Maybe that's what we do. If I can figure this out, I know you guys are capable of figuring it out. I am not that intelligent of a person. The most that I've ever done with programming is I've created like a weather app for Android, the basic Hello World program. I've done some basic, it's not really AI, but like a program that can like give you like predetermined responses based off of keyword prompts and stuff like that. Just very basic stuff. And I know that if I can understand it and can grasp the concept, then I know you all can do it. But I just feel like it kind of just takes this back seat, and they really don't care about it as much as pushing out cosmetics or whatever the case is. Or, like I said, pushing a little bit more into the conspiracy and the fringe, that maybe these same people who are making the game are just walking out of the door and then going straight home and sending out, the information to these other people so that they can create these hacks. Excuse me. But whatever I don't really care what the reasoning is. Just make it stop. Just make it stop, man. Like, imagine a world where you load into a game and no one's cheating because there is an AI that detects that. You can make AIs that can pick up on if I told somebody that they weren't good at the game, or if I call them outside of their name, and you can chat ban me for that, right? Ban people for literally physically cheating and manipulating game data. Do that. And even still, they're like, oh, well, we sent a cease and desist to such and such, and we shut down this cheat provider. Oh, well, guess what? 12 more will pop up tomorrow. I mean, what are we doing here? Come on. We're 17 minutes here, almost 18. I'm going to go ahead and end it right there. But let me know in the comments. You guys ran into any hackers like this, or is it just me? Or, am I tripping? Is not really that big. Actually, no, I know I'm not tripping. I'm like the most laid back, chill, understanding person on the planet. You don't get polar bears ain't as chill as me. You understand what I'm saying? I know I'm not tripping, but you can still tell me if you think I am in the comments. It doesn't really bother me. Freedom of speech, do your thing. But I appreciate you guys listening. Take it easy, enjoy your week, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.